Hello, my name is Christy Beliciano. I am the Marketing and Communications Specialist for Easter Seals of Greater Waterbury. Welcome, and thank you for joining us as we lead you through a guided PowerPoint about Easter Seals and the work that we do to serve the Greater Waterbury community and the individuals and families that we serve with disabilities. Easter Seals has been in the Greater Waterbury community for over 60 years and has recently expanded into the Danbury area. We own and operate the Limitless Cafe, where we provide meaningful employment and training to individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We are committed to providing an environment where people of all ages and abilities feel included and valued. Feel free to pause this slide to review the list of our programs and services in the second bullet. Each year, we serve between 4,000 and 6,000 individuals. This year, during the pandemic, our numbers did decline slightly, but we have been there to service our community throughout the pandemic. We did have to alter some of the ways we provide services, like using curbside services, telehealth, and virtually meeting with those we serve via Zoom and Teams. Here is a snapshot of the individuals we serve. Please note, these photos were taken before the COVID outbreak, which is why no one is wearing a mask and they are close together. If you were allowed into our programs and services right now, you would notice that everyone is wearing a mask and physically distancing, as well as washing their hands frequently and using hand sanitizer. We've also made physical modifications to our buildings to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Our services are essential for some of Connecticut's most vulnerable citizens. As an industry, nonprofits employ 12% of the state's workforce. Nonprofits are known to do more with less, and as each budget year passes with no increase in funding, it is getting much more difficult, if not impossible, to do this. When the pandemic hit, nonprofits were underfunded by $461 million. Payments to nonprofits have not kept up with inflation, leaving us and other nonprofits severely underfunded. There have been no increases in contracted rates since 2007. When the pandemic hit, we were faced with financial burdens that were unexpected, like technology, PPE, and additional staffing costs, for example. The needs for the most vulnerable population have not gone away, and just the opposite. Their needs have increased during the stay-at-home, stay-safe time. No organization can thrive with flat funding, especially when our costs continue to rise each year. We are proud to say that we did not close during the pandemic. We actually opened our Children's Center location in Waterbury to provide essential child care for children of essential workers. Easter Seals did not lay off any employees. We did have to use our financial reserves to do this. Overall, we assumed an operational loss of $2.3 million. Not having adequate funding severely impacted our loss. We need your help. We are looking for your support as the Appropriations Committee works through the Governor's proposed budget. We are asking you to support a 5-year plan that will fund Connecticut nonprofits. This would start with $128 million in year 1, which would be a net cost of $67 million after the federal reimbursement match. The chairs of the Appropriations Committee, Representative Tony Walker and Senator Kathy Austin, are in support of this and have said in a press conference that to do nothing is unacceptable. We hope that you agree. It has been proven time and time again that Medicaid funding does not cover the cost of services that Easter Seals provides. We are asking all of you to advocate for an increase in Medicaid rates to cover the cost of care. Also, our expenses have considerably increased since the onset of the pandemic. We have had to cover the cost of PPE, we have had to make structural changes to our buildings, and we have had to decrease our capacity due to COVID restrictions. All of which are necessary and the right way to do things to keep everyone safe. But this continues to affect our revenues. We are asking for support of HB 6319, which will allow nonprofit not-for-profit providers to retain savings at the end of the year. This means we would be able to have the ability to use any excess funds to reinvest into our services, our employees, and operations in general. Right now, if we do have an excess of funds at the end of the year, it is required that we return it to the state through a cost settlement process. Please protect nonprofit property tax exemptions. Currently, in Meriden, we are being assessed property tax for 2 buildings in which we provide mission-based services. One is our child care center, and the other houses our medical rehabilitation center and Center for Better Hearing. None of the programming has changed in either one of these buildings. Taxing properties of nonprofit tax-exempt organizations has the potential to severely interfere with our financial status, which in turn could impact our ability to deliver services in this area, services that our communities depend upon. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, you can reply to the email or call me, Christy, at 203-754-5141, extension 253. Stay safe and stay well.